Lucas was part of a construction team working on a large building project. He was known as a responsible worker who completed his assignments quickly and reliably. His experience allowed him to handle daily tasks with confidence. One of Lucas's regular responsibilities was organizing and securing materials that arrived each morning. The process followed a clear sequence. First, he checked the delivery list. Then he inspected the materials, confirmed their condition, and placed them in the designated storage area. The routine had worked well for weeks. On a busy morning, however, the schedule became tighter than usual. A delay in transportation meant that materials arrived later than expected. At the same time, another crew was waiting to begin their work, which depended on those materials being organized. Everyone felt the pressure to move faster. Lucas began the usual process. He checked the first delivery and guided the placement of the materials. But as the next shipment arrived, he noticed a team watching the clock. The sooner everything was organized, the sooner the next stage of work could begin. The task was familiar, and Lucas believed he could speed it up. Instead of following every step with his normal pace, he started moving more quickly. He shortened the inspection stage and relied on visual checks from a distance rather than examining each item closely. To him, it seemed like a harmless adjustment. After all, he had done this job many times before. As the materials were being placed in the storage area, another worker approached and asked a simple question about the position of one pallet. The conversation caused a brief pause. During that moment, Lucas realized something important. One of the pallets had been positioned slightly outside the designated area. It was not a major issue, but it could have created obstacles for equipment movement later in the day. If forklifts or transport carts passed through that path, they might have needed to stop suddenly or adjust direction. Lucas immediately corrected the placement and reorganized the space. Nothing serious happened. The situation was resolved quickly, but the moment served as an important reminder. By rushing a routine task, he had skipped part of the process that normally prevented small mistakes. Later, during the afternoon safety discussion, Lucas shared the experience with the team. He explained that routine work deserves the same level of attention as complex tasks. When people rush, even familiar activities can create unexpected problems. The supervisor reinforced the message. Construction sites depend on coordination. A small oversight in one area can affect many other activities. Pathways, storage zones, and equipment access must remain clear and organized at all times. Routine tasks are often the foundation that keeps everything running smoothly. If those tasks are rushed, small errors may accumulate. The team agreed to reinforce a simple principle. No matter how familiar the task may seem, every step of the process must be respected. Efficiency should never replace careful attention. Over the following weeks, the crew maintained a steady rhythm. They focused on completing work correctly rather than simply completing it quickly. The project continued to progress, and the environment remained organized and safe. Lucas often reflected on that busy morning. He realized that rushing a routine job does not always lead to immediate consequences, but it can open the door to unnecessary risks. Experience and speed are valuable, but they must always be balanced with patience and awareness. At a construction site, the true cost of rushing is not measured in minutes saved. It is measured in the potential risks created when attention is reduced. And sometimes, the best way to move forward safely is simply to slow down and follow the process that exists for a reason.